Skrelv's Hive, so as flavorful as we can get with the deck. So turn 1 Skrelv, turn 2 Skrelv's Hive. Wow, this is Bitter Blossom 2.0. INFECT has always been a mostly green mechanic, so can the printing of Skrelv, Defector Might, make Mono White INFECT a real deck in Historic Brawl? We'll see, because this is Brazzerobot MTG and I'm Gabriel, so you should subscribe because this is the best freaking channel in the world. Skrelv is a 1 mana 1/1 Phyrexian Might that has Toxic 1, which means that when it deals combat damage to a player, we also give them 1 poison counter. And then, if they get to 10 poison counters, they lose the game. But also, Skrelv is like a giver of runes in the sense that it can give essentially protection to another creature plus Toxic 1. So the strategy with the deck is to cast Skrelv on turn 1, get in with Skrelv a couple of times dealing the first poison counters. If we find our double striking creatures, we use them to deal 2 poison instead, play our other toxic creatures, but while we do that, we keep clearing the way of opposing creatures with a ton of removal spells. So we swarm the opponent, they can never be on board, and we infect them. Let's go to the deck. Section 1, Stars of the video. On this video you will specially see the power of these 3 cards. Grateful Apparition is a little uncommon from Worthless Spark that proliferates when it hits a player or a planeswalker. Skrelv's Hive as a new Bitter Blossom effect for Toxic that wins the game if we play it on turn 2, and White Sun's Twilight, a Might token producer that if we spend 7 mana, it's also a Wrath. In my opinion, a card that could become a staple of any white deck. It's a Wincon on its own. Section 2, Toxic Creatures. A bunch of common and uncommon creatures with toxic or might producers. They support Skrelv real nice. Their mission is to give 2 or 3 counters in a game, max. Section 3, Double Strikers. Double Strike works real nice with Skrelv. We can give them Toxic 1 and Unblockable, and then, since they deal combat damage twice, we give them also 2 poison counters. If we play them on curve, we should be favored to win the game. The rest of the deck are protection spells, a lot of removal spells to disable every opposing creature. We run a lot of removal and a lot of pacifism effects, a bunch of powerful other creatures and spells in white to round the deck, and just a few mana rocks with Staff of Completion's ability to proliferate. So that's the deck, that's the deal. Now let's go be toxic players. What's up everyone, welcome back one more time, you know the deal, we play Historic Brawl, and today we are playing with the Skrelv, Defector Might, new legendary from Phyrexia All Will Be One, a little 1/1 that this deck might be too powerful if you ask me, because a little 1/1 that is essentially a giver of runes, but it also gives toxic, so we can start by attacking with Skrelv into Mono Blue Jace Mill, and one thing that it's very powerful to do with this deck is to play a Double Striker, because a Double Striker, Unblockable, with Toxic 1 is going to infect them twice, and Academy Lore Master triggers, I don't think we need to draw this card. Yeah. We are doing fine. Decline the trigger. We can Ossification that. Wow, so many new cards. Ossification, then we have White Sun's Twilight. If you have played Phyrexia All Will Be One Limited, you know how powerful White Sun's Twilight is. It's a Wincon for white. I'm thinking that we should slam that card into most of Mono White's deck, because now we can give Infect or Toxic to Fencing Ace, attack with a Double Striker, and boom, they are already corrupted. As I was saying, White Sun's Twilight is a Wincon, in my opinion. Get to 7 mana, wipe the board, and just probably you need 2 attacks to go for lethal. And okay, we draw the demotion thanks to the Esper Sentinel, and opponent alright, so no more Skrelv for us, at least for now, but we have a good board. I'm thinking we should put there are 3 poison. Maybe we can use White Sun's Twilight to create 2 mites and continue the infection, because otherwise for its full value, for its full potential, we need 7 mana. And we are a little bit far away from that. I don't know if we have so much time. Let's attack them. Down to 18. And yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. One side. White Suns Twilight. 2 mites. This is like the bad mode of White Suns. But it's still really good in this scenario. Because they are going to try to mill us. And we are going to infect them. We draw a card. Ooh, Esper Sentinel doing work! Psychic Corrosion for the opponent. A new Jace, the new Jace that mills. Good card, but not good enough. Oh, we have the Attendant! So now we can bounce the Skrelv to our hand. That's so funny. We're playing draft. Like, these are cards that you only play in limited. We are making it work. Fencing Aces. Skrelv's opponent. Returns what? Bounces. Oh, bounces Ossification. Bounces Ossification is going to eat the double striker. Or might. Okay, that makes sense. But now I think we don't run the Attendant. We eat the Lore Master again. Because we have another card that has increased its stock. Like very much with the last set, which is this Grateful Apparition. Thrumming Bird for white. But now that white is infecting people, this card is really good. This card is really good because you can slam it on, yeah, opponent scoops on a counters matters deck, and it's going to work really nice. Well, first victory there for you. Here we are for another round with Skrelv, Defector Might facing Corvold. Ooh. One of the most powerful decks in the format, Corvold. And opponent goes first. Well, we have turn 2 Skrelv's Hive, so as flavorful as we can get with the deck. So turn 1 Skrelv, turn 2 Skrelv's Hive. Wow! This is Bitter Blossom 2.0. Well, no, it's not as good as Bitter Blossom, but it's kinda good. Of course, it's good in turn 2. Any other turn that you draw this, it might not be really good. But on turn 2, we slam Skrelv's Hive, and it's going to be tough for the opponent to beat the value. To beat the value from the Hive. Yes. This deck might be really good. The fact that you can play Skrelv on turn 1 and start with the poison counters as early as turn 2 makes this deck really deadly and really quick. So we could go to attacks and yeah, attack with Skrelv, give them another poison counter. And what do we run now? So we can play the Thrumming Bird in yeah, probably better known as Grateful Apparition, and then we can start the proliferation. So now we have basically 3 infect. One is on the air, he's in the air, the other ones are in the ground. Oh my god! They spend all their mana in a bootlegger stash that we can exile. I think that he's going to draw the concession, probably, most likely. Get them to 5 infect. Yes. This deck is so good. It's super aggro. This deck can kill pretty fast. Alright. Opponent Firstbound Witch and Corvold. Sure. We have Soul Partition for Corvold. Well, they sacked the Witch, which was actually a very good blocker. I don't know if that was a good play from them. Make another Might. And we also have Lifelink with the Mites now because of Skrelv's Hive. So use the Soul Partition on Corvold. And we also have a Complete Devotion. This is so janky. Because these are the cards that you play in a mono white deck or in a white deck in Limited. But with Skrelv, they are actually pretty good cards in this deck too. Attack with Thrumming Bird, attack with these guys. No need to attack with Skrell. We don't have Infect right now. And I would rather... Well, I know. No, I don't know. Let's attack. I was trying to hold Skrell for protecting something, but I think it's going to be fine. We put them to 9 poison. And let's play the Guardian Idol. And say, go. They need Board Wipe plus remove the Skrell's Hive. That would be their best sequence of cards to get out of these. Well, they had the Board Wipe. They had it. Okay. That was not going to help Skrell. If I had hold Complete Devotion, then I could have saved my one of my creatures. But who knew? Who knew? Field of Ruin, the cave, that's fine. We just need to get in with one of the mites. We have all the time in the world to make that happen. Yeah, here you go. Another mite. We drew planes. So I guess we just play Skrell. And we could attack with Guardian Idol, but we are not in the deal damage business. We are in the deal infect business. So no need to do that, and we can still use Complete Devotion if we need to. There's Corvold, you need something better, because we can give the Might unblockable. Give it protection from... Well, not protection, it gives hexproof from a color, and it also makes creature unblockable to that color. And I guess Guardian Idol works too, so if they get rid of the Might, then Guardian Idol can get into. They have to get rid of Skrell and the Might. That's what they need, yeah. And they give us a GG's, and wow, this deck. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to play with Skrell, and as you probably know already, we have a new Discord server for the channel. You should find the link in the description down below. This hand is pretty nice. Azuri, ossification by... Okay, we can keep this. We have a Discord server. We are doing deck building. We are also brewing a very, very sweet Historic Brawl Legends set to be drafted. It's going to be comprised of commons and uncommons, so you will be able to draft the set if you have a lot of those wild cards around and play with your friends. You can find people to play it with in the Discord server, and I think it's going to be a very, very good set. Focus on the allied pairing of colors, and you will be able to draft a commander, and then you have to build a 60 card deck around that commander and just play the games. And if you want to be part of the execution of that cube or be notified about that cube, you can join us in the Discord server. We are also doing deck building. We are talking about Magic, doing spoilers and all those things. You are welcome to join. Alright, so ossification, the canker... Yes. Wow! Well, seriously, this deck looks really powerful. I don't know how powerful, I don't know at what scale, if it can be a tier 2 deck or even think about being a tier 1, but it really looks like a very strong deck that match-ups very well versus several different decks that really require a little bit of setup. This deck punishes them. I shouldn't have played. Maybe should have played Skrell on turn 1. Okay. So Ashnot. Ashnot, so long they cannot attack us, we should be fine. Inquisition, of course, like, okay, what do they take? The Vanishing Light. Alright. I like that because I would rather have double striker here. So Ashnod is under control. We could play Skrell plus the Geist or hold up Swords. But let's first attack with Thalia. Okay. Ashnod. Sometimes Ashnod will still attack even if they are going to trade. Try to remove it. Okay, that's fine. And now we can start infecting them. Decoration is stone. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to attacks. Attack with Skrelv. And I don't think I am going to attack into open mana with Thalia. We had the removal spell, so if they wanted to do something there. But as I mentioned before, we are mostly never going to win from normal damage. So with this deck, you are not pretty worried about dealing combat damage to them. You just need the infect. So no reason for me to be attacking with Thalia into potentially some blowouts. Okay. And, you know, they played the Liberator, so I was right about that. So I was going to spend a removal spell getting rid of Liberator to prevent the blowout. A removal spell that I'm using now, but they had something. They had something. Okay, so we don't have more use for our mana, so let's pay for the Twin Blade Geist and start dealing the poison. Yeah, double strikers are perfect with Skrell. I don't think this deck... Yes! Yes! I don't think the deck would work really without the double strikers. This will be our last round playing with Skrell. I know, a short one. This is a short one, but this deck is super aggro and games are fast. And I really don't want to flood the video with so many games when we are doing just basically the same. It is mono white, beat down, toxic. Yeah, you know the idea. And I haven't lost a game in I don't know how much with Skrell. So probably a very, very strong deck. From one of the strongest decks from Phyrexia will be one for sure. At least the way that I have built around Skrell. I think that the double strikers are really, really good. And they make the difference. So you see, now we don't have a double striker and I'm feeling kind of insecure about the execution, but since we went first, we have the opportunity still. All right, more lands is not the best. We can kill that, but yeah, we can use Portable Hole and then also Maze Mind Tome, probably. So we will go to attacks. Attack with Skrell. Yeah, it's fine to attack with the 2 here. No blowouts possible. And then Maze Mind Tome. Put a stop on our upkeep if we need to scry. We probably need to scry. Oracle of the Alpha. Alright, so power 9 for them on their library, and we will scry here. Try to get rid of useless lands. Yeah, like that. And I'm probably going to use it again on my upkeep. Try to get rid of useless cards. Wanderer's Strike. I like that. It's a little bit expensive, but can give us the extra proliferation and also remove something. Okay, Plains. And we should kill the Oracle. Question is, do we use March? Yeah, let's use March. Because we don't have a better use for our mana here. So lay down arms next turn, possibly. There we go. Now, even if we draw another land, it's good, because that gives us the Wanderer Strikes mana. And if we don't, then we can activate Maze My Tome and lay down arms. Hydrocrasis, just for one. That's completely fine. Do we want to remove that, or do we want? Yeah, let's use this right now. Removes the flyer, removes the blocker, proliferates the poison counter, and we don't want to proliferate the Maze My Tome. Let's go to attacks. And give them the 5th poison counter. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking for you, my friend. That's your shredder. Well, we are going to continue removing stuff until till they don't find anything else to do. This deck has a lot of removals because, as you can appreciate, we are trying to sneak in damage, and we have to go fast. So we are loaded up with 1-for-1s. Don't get me wrong, this is kind of a dirty deck because it's going to kill basically everything that is on the other side of the board. If you don't enjoy that type of gameplay, then ooh, wow, that has to be one of our better draws. Staff of Completion, wow. Seriously. Okay, we can draw a card and then play the Staff of Completion. Jeez. Okay, so lay down arms. Oh my god, we are never allowing them to have creatures. One more poison counter and then the stuff. So this is proliferate each turn. We could also draw cards from the Staff of Completion, but we are here just to deal poison counters. Barrel's expertise. Okay, so proliferation. Oh my god, they are bouncing the... Oh no! I am such an idiot. I mean, I realized I didn't have to proliferate the last turn, and now I got rid of my Maze My Tome. Well, that was a punt. Cyber Siphoner going to bounce back, return. Ugh, we could be in trouble. We need to deal 3 more poison to them. Staff of Completion can get the job done. Let's play it. And also play Skrell. And I think we stop here, because what we have available for us is a Plaza of Heroes. Yeah, let's just play the Sash. Let's just play the Sash. If anything, we can start getting in with the Sash, giving it unblockable. Because the Skrell cannot get in for himself. It cannot protect himself. We need another creature. So we can deal the 8th poison to them their turn, then 9 in our turn, and they die in 2 turns. So the Plaza of Hero line was just to protect Skrell, but as I mentioned, Skrell needs another creature to give the unblockable to. So it actually makes sense if we go for Lion Sash. Opponent is looking at the entire board, so they might have something good here. And it's a Snowborn Simulacra. Going to conjure a duplicate of X target non-token permanents into your hand. They can play it with any mana. An effect is 5 or more. They may put one of them into the battlefield. Alright, so a very powerful spell, but it's mostly a draw spell. And they put a land plus Portable Hole. And you need to remove Skrell here, or Lion Sash makes sense as well. Because they can block the Skrell. Oh, but we have... That's fine, we have the Cave of the Frost Dragon, I forgot. So I didn't have to play the Lion Sash last turn, because we had the Cave of the Frost Dragon. The best play was to hold up Plaza of of heroes and then finish them off with Cave. And now we have White Sun's Twilight. Wow, that's disgusting. Alright, activate Cave and win the game. Wow! Well, this deck is really good. This deck is really good. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed Skrelv Infect Mono White. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment. Leave a comment, not a common. You can leave a common or an uncommon. We will see each other on a future video for sure.